I have a skin secret. Do you want to hear it? Are you having difficulty keeping your skin moisturized? Is water, exfoliating, and face creams not working to achieve that dewy look you desire? Maybe facial oils are the key to healthy glowing skin. With Indira Skincare, you can get that no-filter look naturally with the Rose Formula and the Maracuja Formula. The Rose Formula will moisturize and protect your skin with a blend of rosehip oil, jojoba oil, vitamin E, and essential oils to leave your skin with a dewy look and feel. Choose the Maracuja Formula for brighter, glowing skin with a blend of maracuja oil, grapeseed oil, and vitamin C to moisturize and enhance your skin's glow. To purchase your skin secret formula, go to indiraskincare.com as well as Facebook and Instagram at Indira Skincare. Trust, you would thank me later. Hi everyone, welcome back to Where Did I Put My Glasses? I am your host Carmen, and I have the honor to be here today with the ShEO of Ritchgirl Extensions, Anique Ritchie.
Hey,
Anique, I'm so sorry I cut you off, but
no, okay, it's okay.
how are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good. I mean, surviving this Monday, but I'm doing good. Anique, please tell the people a little bit about you and how to find you and your products.
Well, a little bit about me. I am a young mom. I'm a wife. I'm currently in cosmetology school, and I'm from the Caribbean. And you can find my products at richgirl.com, and you can follow my Instagram at Rtich Extensions.
See, yes. So for those of you who know me or follow me, all those great wigs y'all see Cincy wearing, those are hers, okay? And I need to get me some of hers as well. Especially that Ariel, that was my favorite. The red. Ooh.
That was custom made just for her.
Yes, it gave me life. I love that. That's my favorite one. So we met through one of my closest friends, Cincy, and they're both from Antigua.
Yes, that's actually my cousin.
Yes, I meant to say that. Sorry, that is her cousin. Cincy would kick my butt if I would just say, "Oh, we know." No, that is her cousin. So, what was your experience like coming from Antigua to the U.S.?
Wow. Well, my experience was a little bit, I want to say, a culture shock.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a little bit of a negative experience as well, because coming from Antigua to America, I was 16 at the time. And so when I came here, I had to start over school. I started over I think I started 10th grade all over again. But back home, I was in the last grade to graduate. So that was one thing that kind of set me back, And then I had to make new friends. And it was hard because they didn't really like me, I should say. And they weren't really open and accepting of me because I wasn't an American. So they were, sticking to themselves. So it was just me trying to figure out my own way, making a name for myself in the school. It was hard, I'm not gonna lie. And there were days when I cried a lot because I missed my own friends. Went home, didn't want to do this, stuff like that. But I'm a resilient person. So I stuck to it, pushed through, and I came out good.
That's what I'm talking about. Resilience. That's one characteristic that you need, especially when you are transitioning or making changes in your life. And I'm sorry that was your experience. What part did you come to New York?
No, I started in the Virgin Islands first, and then moved on to Oklahoma.
Oh, that's why, girl. That's where you.
It's crazy because I have a lot of family in New York. I should have went to New York first.
If you would have went to New York, because that's where all the Caribbeans are. New York
Right.
or Miami, you would have been just fine.
Yes, that's true. New York and Miami is like a little Caribbean in its own.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oklahoma, Virgin Islands, y'all should be ashamed. First of all, the Virgin Islands is an island. It's the Caribbean. It's just the United
It
States stole it.
It is, but they look at us coming from the Caribbean. They call us Down Islanders, which is funny because a lot of Virgin Islanders aren't even native Virgin Islanders. Their parents are from Antigua, Dominica, and they
Yeah.
migrate to Virgin Islands and have their kids, so they're not really native to the VI. So it was kind of strange to me that they would call me. There was a name that they had for us that came from from the Down Island countries. They had us. I don't remember, but it was I just saw it as a derogatory term, if you would, because I'm not that. I'm Antiguan. So if you're calling me something else, I'm gonna be offended. But that was their thing. So like I said, I didn't it bothered me for like my first couple of months. And then I have very thick skin. So it didn't take long for me to just say, you know what, whatever, put to the back of my mind. I have a plan and a goal, so I just focused on that.
Exactly. So on the behalf of the East Coast, and I'm on the West Coast now, we are sorry for them Virgin Islanders and their ignorance, and Oklahoma is its own world. So we apologize on their behalf.
Yeah, it was because I've met very close and friends who I'm still friends with till this day from the Virgin Islands from high school. They weren't the ones who were treating me like that. It was more so the ones who were stuck up, in their ways and weren't open to meeting new people from different cultures and stuff like that. But it is what it is.
Yeah. But now you're here and you even served in our military.
Yes.
Well, you are an American now, so that doesn't mean, well, you're both, right? Do you have dual citizenship?
No, I don't have dual citizenship because in the military, you are not allowed to have dual citizenship when you're serving like that, especially from countries like that. So what I did was once I get naturalized in the Army, I had to give up my rights to my homeland. If that makes sense to you.
Oh, that sucks. I never knew that.
No, you can't serve two kings, something like that.
Oh,
you can, yeah, like that. And
we have a king.
It's kind of figure of speech, so you can't serve at the same time. You have to choose one.
So, what made you say, okay, the military was the place that I'm gonna go into?
Well, to be honest, the military was not even nowhere in my view at the time. I honestly I could never think that I would be in the military, first of all. I was a young mom, I should say. I got pregnant at 16. And I had my daughter at 17, right around the time I was graduating from high school. And, it was my mom. My mom still is a very supportive parent. She had my back in whatever I chose to do. And I figured, you know what? Let me take some of the load off of her and do something for myself. So I was working. I got my first job in St. Croix at McDonald's. And it was okay, but I just knew I wanted more for myself, I decided, let me go into the recruiting office and see what's up. And I first went to the Air Force and they wouldn't take me because, of course, I had a child and I wasn't married. So the Army was literally my only other option. And they took
me. So you can't. So what about a man? Can a man get into the military if they have a child and not married? I mean, in the Air Force.
He can. Double standards, but he can.
It's the way society looks at women, and we're one of the strongest humans.
We are. It's even worse on the inside of the military, but I just walked into the office and they said, okay, we'll take you. But I had to give up rights to my daughter still, because I can't go serve as a single parent. So I her custody. When I told her that was my decision, she cried. She begged me not to go. But in the end, I knew that it would benefit my daughter and my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even thinking about myself. I was thinking about my daughter and my mom. My mom could use the help. My daughter's future would be set. Let me just go ahead and do it real quick. You know, it won't take me long. I was 19 when I signed up. I went away, cried my whole time I was in training, you know, because my daughter was 2 when I left her at 2, and it hurt my heart so much to leave her. But she's 9 now, and she's reaping all the good benefits. So I don't regret it.
Exactly. You got to do what you have to do for your children. I'm not a mom, but I commend all you women who work so hard and diligently to raise these beautiful children. So my hat goes off to you, especially in the military. Like, I know the military can be hard on families alone. So you being a single parent, I can only imagine. That's why my heart just bleeded when you said you cried. I'm like, no, don't cry.
Oh, and you know, I must give credit to my village as well, because without them, I would not have been able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Sisters, my mom, you know, I had a lot of support. Even though my mom knows I'm a very determined person. So even if she said not to or whatever, it's something I had my mind on, I'm gonna do it.
Yes.
So even though she was really reluctant about it, she prayed for me. My mom is a praying mom.
Mm-hmm.
Prayed for me. She's Jamaican also. So she scolded me, and she's like, when you get here, make sure you keep your eyes open, you know, stuff like that. And
Mm-hmm.
sent me on my way. And she cried too, but till this day, she always, that's every time we have a gathering, she never forgets to give this speech. How, oh, my baby left me when she was 19. Never speech. But she's proud of me.
I know she is. I mean, overall, parents, I notice, like even with my mom, they may be hard on us, but it's within good reason. They want us to be the best. So I know she's like, look at my daughter now. I know she's like looking at you like, look at this beautiful woman that I created.
You're right. Now that I'm a mom, looking back when my mom used to be like, my mom's so disgusting, she's miserable. You know what I'm saying? Like typical teenage stuff. And I'd be like, oh, I can't wait to grow up and get away from her. But now, mom, I look back like, oh yeah, I understand now. I definitely, and the overprotectiveness, you know, I understand all of that now.
Now, what was the experience in the military like? Because I always hear like mixed stories, especially like from my male counterparts and my female counterparts. They're just like, it's always mixed reviews. Oftentimes I feel like people are like stripped of their rights. I'm not putting words in your mouth,
They
but
are.
like, what was it like, especially being so young?
I would say it was both bad and good. The bad definitely outweighed the good. Of course, because not only being a female, being a black woman in the military is very tough, because they are stereotyping you from the moment they see who you are. All right, she's black. Okay, I'm gonna paint her as this person, and so it starts there. And then you have higher ups who will try to get their way with you, and if you don't let it happen, then it causes an issue on the job for you. So for instance, if something is going on at work and someone who has a higher position than me, maybe he's interested in me or infatuated with me and I'm just not into it, then he makes my workspace a living hell, because he knows that I have to answer to him. And then he goes and he will tell this person, oh, she's not a good soldier, this and that. And it creates a kind of a paper trail for me. So even if I leave from up under him, when I go here, he maybe knows someone who works there. And now I'm his friend. So you see where I'm going with this? It kind of makes it bad. And not only that, is as a mom in the military, it's very hard for moms. The military is supposed to be family oriented. Like we're supposed to treat each other with love, camaraderie, and like family. But that's far from it. So far from it. When I had my second, I was in the military still, and I did not expect to get so much backlash for doing something so natural, like having a kid. and then I get in trouble because I want to breastfeed my child for more than 12 months, or I have to go here because my child has an appointment. It was tough, but I must say that the good thing about it is I met lifelong friends who have became brothers and sisters, and I met my husband in the military. So that was a very, very good thing for me from there.
So, I like that. I enjoy. I'm happy that you were able to create your family and build from that experience. It's just disheartening to hear what you have to go through, because I've heard similar experiences like that from other women. I mean, far worse, where they've been
Mhm.
harmed and they were in trouble, because it's like, how were you in trouble? And this rape culture that that the government has secured for these men is just, it's confusing. It's
We're
confusing.
the same set of people who are supposed to keep us safe, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm entrusted her 19-year-old child in the arms of these people who are supposed to protect me. And then they could potentially be the same ones who bring harm to me and then turn around and paint a picture to my mom like I harmed myself, because they're famous for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I always had to tell my mom, if case anything happened to me, just know I would never hurt myself. And even if they try to make it seem like I did, I would never. I always call the military a cult. From the outside, it looks good, but once you're in it, it's the worst.
Mm. I believe it. And I'm sorry. Well, thank you for serving us.
Thank you for your support.
Now you are doing what you want to do with your life.
Of course. I actually left the military to chase my dreams, because I was supposed to stay in for 10 years. And at the 6th year mark, I was never happy. I always knew I'm just doing this for my child. So I kind of was just going through the motions. This was like something I had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I hit 6 years, I was like, nah, it's time to start doing what Anique wants. It's time to start living with me. So I decided, I'm just going to get out of the military, chase my dream. Here is my passion. So I spoke to my husband about it. I was like, I'm going to go home and do what I love, because I don't love this stuff right here that I'm doing. So he supported me, and that's all I needed, his push and support. And here I am a whole year later, because I just got out last year, July.
Woo! Congratulations. Wait, so for a year, so I know you've been a wig dealer for a while now.
I have. I started my business actually in the military. I started in 2017. Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm like, wait, hold on. A year ago. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
First and foremost. But so, like, what inspired you to become a wig dealer? Because if you, while you were doing it in the military, what made you say, like, okay, this is what I want to do? And
well, I would say because being in the military, for one, we always had to get our hair done a certain type of way, and so we would seek out the best, and so people would take advantage of us, the military girls, who sometimes the Africans will be like right outside the gate, and then the males are going to come get their hair done. Sometimes they charge us like $300, $400, and it's not quality, and I was so sick and tired of spending my money on stuff that I had to throw away after one use. So I was like, nah, I'm going to start doing my own research, get into it, get some samples, and figure out something for myself so I can save my own money and do it for myself. So that's how I started.
That's usually like how it goes, because like even with me, when I started Indira's, my skincare, I couldn't find anything that worked with my skin. Like nothing. Like I found things that'll be like sitting on top of my skin, but my skin was like really dry. It was creating these weird bumps and like scabs. It was like disgusting. It was like nothing. And I was spending so much money. I started making my own facial oils, and now my skin is all glowing and plumpy and clear. And I actually did this years ago.
Ma'am, I love this for you.
No, but so that, you know what? people don't even realize, right? It's just something as simple. If you want something for yourself, forces
Right.
you to
Hmm.
create a product, right?
For sure.
That's awesome. So now, are you working with vendors for your when you're making your wigs, or you make the wigs specifically yourself?
So I do both, kind of like. So I made custom wings with a sewing machine,
Mm-hmm.
and I just get the bundles from my vendor, and I make the wigs on the sewing machine. And sometimes I just order wigs from the vendor, and then I customize them. So I go in and pluck them, bleach the knots, style them, cut the lace. Sometimes, like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Oh, okay. Because let me tell you, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've tried to make wigs, and that is a special type of talent. I don't know. I can do makeup. Now I could beat a face now. A wig, it looks like a party hat.
Not a party hat.
Yep. And let me tell you, if I try to do, I already call wigs party hats anyway because I'm bald, so I just take it on and off. It's just to go out and party. But it looked like, you know what I'm talking about, the African party hats. You know how the
Yeah,
African girls,
it's
they don't
so
do
easy.
nothing to it.
Once you learn it, it's no going back. Once you learn how to, it's literally no going back. It's so easy. It's like tying a shoelace.
Oh, that's sweet. Because maybe I don't know how to tie, and that's probably why I just slip my shoes on.
It's very.
So can you tell us like some roses and thorns of like starting your business? Like what was some roses, and
Oh,
like what was, well, first the thorns, right? Because the bad, once we hear the bad and then we hear how good it turned out, it'll make you say like, oh, okay.
points I would say is, running a business, especially when you're just starting out, you get to see who your real friends are. People who say they support you, and then until you start doing something. And then I would say having a bad day in business, because today business could be going good, tomorrow is. So that's something you have to keep in mind. That you're not gonna have a good day every day. If you do, that's great. But some days you just don't get it. And so that leads me to my roses. So even though you get to find out who your real friends are on your journey as an entrepreneur, you meet real friends. You know, you run into people who are in the same business as you, like-minded, and they're not afraid of competition. They're not going to look at you, oh, I'm not going to work with her because she could potentially be my competition. No, it's room for everybody. So let me encourage my sister, or let me encourage my brother to go ahead and drop this idea that they have. So that's a good thing. And then, you might not have a good day today, but tomorrow you have an even better day than the day before. So
Exactly.
just always keep your head up. Don't get down when you don't have a good day, because tomorrow is going to be way better than the day before.
You know what? I like that because I remember when I first started, I was like, when I first started, I was doing pop-up shops. I
Mm-hmm.
like every month, I was like, every month just selling, 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 selling. I was doing so well. And then out of nowhere, the sales stopped. It just stopped. And so I started getting discouraged. And like you said, with the encouragement, I would never forget this, and I bring this up to everybody, or somebody who I've known my whole life. I've even helped support financially, like throughout most of this person's life, because I know how their life was for them, you know what I mean?
Right.
And has a really good platform on Instagram because of their body. Like they have like a nice body, and sex sells on social media. You could have nothing going on in life, but if you look good, people are like, ooh, ah. And
Of
meantime,
course.
nothing's really going on. Like, you know what I mean? So I said, hey, can you just put up on your story? Not even a post. I didn't even want to post because I said, just can you put up on the story one of my ads? The response was, what? I
Right.
said, can you put one of my stories? Oh, you expected me to promote your business? This is something you decided you want to do. If you want to get support, Instagram has ads that you can pay for. I said,
Wow.
Oh, okay. I said, well, yeah, I'm paying for the ashes. He was like, well, pay for more because I'm not gonna be used. I
Okay.
said, say
So
less.
that person was using you.
Mm-hmm. And guess what? Like usual, that following week, oh girl, can I borrow $30? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not in the business of helping people anymore.
Right. Correct. As you
Because
should.
remember, you need $30 from me every week.
As you should.
So I can't even get a shout out on your story because I'm using you. But I thought I was one of your closest friends, your sister. So
Mm-hmm.
that really put things into perspective for me. And I decided, and I have my close people, my little unit, and you, like you say, your little village, and
Yeah.
they are so supportive, and I'm so grateful for them. And I've even met some new ones along the way, people I don't even know. I met literally through social media.
One thing I've learned in this business as an entrepreneur, the most support you're gonna get is not gonna come from the ones that you know or your close friends or family. It's gonna come from strangers and new relationships that you're building along the way. And you're gonna be mind blown. Like, how come this person supported me more than my sister that I've known since I was a child? You know? And that's okay. They don't have to support you. Because God always the right type of support.
Exactly. It's all about because I'm very into never chasing, just attracting.
Right.
And I'm like my core, my day ones, they're always there. They're always like Cincy. My friend Camilla's not a day one, but she's a new. It feels like it's a day one.
Right.
My friend Nick, things like that. But Cincy's been here. Dang it, Cincy and I have been friends for like 11 years, almost. Older than Jaden. We were however old Jaden is, 2 years from now.
Girl,
So
was
like 13 years.
that will always tell me, "No, you can't come with me." And my grandma and her mom would be like, "Well, I was like, if I don't come with you, I'm gonna tell on you. I'm gonna tell my grandma that you didn't make me come." So it's her and my other cousin, and they came to visit me in Miami recently, and I said, "Now y'all want to hang out with me, huh?" But when I was younger, y'all always sent me home.
They were trying to protect you.
Well, that's what she said. "Oh, you're an adult now. We can hang out now." Yeah.
Exactly. So from all this, like where do you see Ritchgirl Extensions going?
Gosh, do you want to know for real? Because this scares me.
No,
Where
I know. I want to know. I'm here. We are here
scared
for
when I think
inspiration.
about it.
Everyone is here for inspiration. We trying to hear. Yes, we're
I
rooting for you.
I'm selling here, so I got out of the army and said, I'm gonna go to cosmetology school so I can get licensed and I'm able to do it more. And so
Mm-hmm.
now I'm like, I want to have warehouses all over. I want to be known worldwide. And now, recently, I was thinking about providing wigs for cancer patients, kids with alopecia. And it's crazy because my friend and I were just having this conversation. And then the next day I'm on Shade Room and I seen that the lady was saying Medicaid should provide it. And I said, this is a sign because we just spoke about this yesterday. I don't want to just be that known as the girl who sell hair or wigs or whatever. I want to be known for so much more. There are girls just like me who are doing wigs and stuff, and they don't have like a big sister or a mentor to look up to. When I
Mm-hmm.
started, I wish I had that. A lot of them was just like, they gave me vague answers or stuff like that because they were afraid. They didn't want to help me out or let me get my foot in the door. So I want to give back. I want to do different from them. I want to help the girls who are coming up and have this as a passion. I want to help them out. Start like, I want to say
Like a mentorship.
yeah, for girls who are interested in this stuff. And of course, I want to help the kids who have alopecia, who may not be able to afford a wig, something like that, and just be known worldwide. And of course, I want to be one of the top stylists in Miami because I'm
Okay.
on college school now, and it's really my passion. Like all things here is where my heart really is. So I just see myself going far, being on Hype Ear Mag, just being in all those hair magazines and stuff like that. I want everybody to know who Ritchgirl Extensions is. That's what it is.
And it will, like, and that's what's going to happen. Like, oh my gosh, now that you said the hair magazines, do you remember the hair magazines back in the day? I don't know if you remember them.
Yes, yes, yes.
Do they still have them?
They do, but they now everybody knows about them now. They're more out there because of social media. Like, I don't know what it is. She just did a cover shoot for Hype Hair magazine.
Yes. Oh yes, the Hype hair was from back in the day. Jada Wade is the short little pretty girl, right? That's right. With the rapper.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And what I want to do, I want people to buy a magazine and see Ritchgirl Extensions on the front of it.
We speaking that into existence. Speak that into existence. I would love to see it. Like, I forgot those magazines existed. You just brought that back on the map for me. So that's something. That's something I'm gonna start looking into again when I'm looking for hairstyles, because I changed my hair. I think I change my hair like every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks.
You would be the perfect person then, because now that I'm in hair school, I have like a family and friends day on Saturdays. Every Saturday, I bring in a family and friend. They get this kind of treatment, all this top treatment and styles. And like the most they would ever pay is like $30, because I'm learning. So I have to bring a live model to practice on.
Sure. Well, I'll let you know when I'm back in Miami. So
I go to the Harvard Hair School, Paul Mitchell School. So I'm learning from the best, I would say.
Yeah, because Paul Mitchell is the one of the best in the United States, right?
That's why I call it the Harvard Hair School.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally the best.
Oh, so I missed Harvard. See, I could be like, I was styled by the best, baby.
Yes, I am.
So that was the leap of faith, because guys, I have a Tequila Tuesdays, and Anique was listening in, and we were talking about taking that leap of faith, because I definitely want to switch my career. I love being a speech therapist, but I don't feel like that's what I was meant to do.
Right.
And
something is missing.
Yes, I do. And I love working with the adults and students and seeing their quality of life improve. And even if it's just a small amount, okay? But it's just the politics behind it I can't deal with, and it's messing with my quality of life.
Right.
So we were talking about that on Tequila Tuesday, and that's when you were like, oh, you made your leap of faith. And I'm like, wow, okay. That's a sign that no matter what, like, no one, if you want something and you really want to attain it, you have to make that leap. You can't just sit there and think on it. It's never going to happen if you're just sitting there saying, I really wish I was going to do it, or I really wish I could do this.
You have to get up and do it. Just do it. That's what I always tell my friends or anyone who wants to do something. Just do it. Because if you're only thinking about it, nothing is going to happen. You have to put action to it.
Exactly. Now, how is it? And well, I know you're probably like, girl, way better than this goddamn military. But what how is it making that leap? How do you feel now that you're at Paul Mitchell?
Well, it was way better than I expected, actually, because I'm also in university right now. I go to Barry University, and so I thought, how am I going? That's right. That's the first thing I thought to myself, and then I said, "See, there you go, trying to doubt yourself." And I said, "I'm gonna do it. It's gonna work out." And so I'm in Barry full time, and I'm in Paul Mitchell full time. I don't know. It's just happening. So it's been really good. My transition has been really good. Going to school at Paul Mitchell is very good. Like, I'm learning a lot of stuff that I thought I already knew. So I guess I'm the right way now when it comes to hair. And I'm having a lot of fun,
And you'll be surprised sometimes what you can do when you think that you can't. Like, I'm getting my PhD right now, and there's times where I feel defeated. And like you said earlier, resilience, right? Resilience is the key in order to be successful. And there's times where I'm exhausted because I'm studying for my qualifying exams, and I just have to think like, all right, stop being a punk. You can do this, because working full time and trying to study 3 or 4 hours a night ain't it. But,
girl, not, because that was me this morning. I had a midterm this morning for Barry, a biology midterm, and then I have Paul Mitchell to study for, and I have the 3 kids. You know, I was like, girl, I had to take a breather. I had to tell myself, come on now, you know why you're doing this. You know, sometimes I need to get tough with myself too, because if I see myself started slacking or getting too comfortable, I have to get up and get myself together.
Exactly. It's like you got to tell yourself, like, look, you ain't no punk. You got this.
You're doing this for a reason. There's a goal in the end of this, so come on now, almost there. That's what I keep telling myself, almost there.
Like, you've been through worse. This
Wait.
ain't nothing. The only thing you gaining out of this is knowledge, experience, and a come up. So you got this.
Yes, and a license and a degree. 1 degree in life and how to, man.
Okay. Hey. I know a lot of, well, not know. So let me not say that, because I do not know. I've never been to beauty school, but I've heard, right, that most beauty schools cater to hair, like for like white women, or like, just, yeah, like white women. So does Paul Mitchell, does that school cater to African American hair? Like, do they have like courses that are teaching you how to take care of our hair?
Of course, and that's one of the reasons why I chose them, because they're very diverse, and they're open to a lot of things. So my reason is I want to specialize in natural hair, our hair type.
Mm-hmm.
And they have texture specialty classes where you learn about our hair, how to treat it. And a lot of girls don't like getting their hair trimmed when it's wet, or I don't want to press my hair out to get it trimmed. So they teach you how to cut the hair wet and curly in its natural state, how to style it, how to care for it. So they're very good on that kind of stuff. They're not catering to just one type of hair type. It's everyone.
I like that, because I lived in a place in central. I always make fun of it, Paso, because a little sleepy little Paso. And they were, the only hairstylists there were white, and there was one black hairstylist in Santa Maria, and she only knew how to do white hair, and she went to beauty school. And I'm like, do none of the beauty schools teach? And I remember her saying they didn't teach, and I'm like, well, you're black, at least you should have some type of knowledge.
Right.
But it was like, it ain't it. It's like some of the schools, and maybe that's just here on the West Coast, because remember, you're on the East, and East we cater more to us.
Right.
And mostly everyone caters to us. So I don't know if it's just a West Coast thing, but if you're out there and you're on the West and you want to go to beauty school, you better go to the East.
Paul Mitchell is very good to, and not only our hair type, our skin type as well. They're teaching us what products is good for our skin, how to take care of our skin, all that good stuff.
Also, they do skin class. So you're taking you're doing hair and skin.
I'm taking everything, a whole full cosmetology class that teaches me about hair, makeup, skin, nails, all that.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. So you can let me know if what I'm doing with Dearest is right or wrong. I can reach out to you. Look.
Actually, this week coming up is my makeup. We have 3 weeks of intensive makeup, and that include mink lash extensions as well. So we're going to be learning about full glam, bridal glam, gore looks, film looks, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. So, yep, you're going to be our resource. You the plug. Now, you already the wig plug. But now you about to be...
Yes, ma'am. One-stop shop, everything.
Now, do you have any advice for anyone who would like to start their own business, or not even just their own business, want to start something new and they may be afraid?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. I would say let your fear push you, because I would say if I wasn't afraid of my dreams, I would never be where I'm at right now. It gives me an adrenaline rush to be afraid, but I'm still tracing it, And don't wait on anybody to tell you go for it. Tell yourself go for it. Because if you're sitting down and waiting on your friends and family, it's never going to happen. You have to want it. If it's something, and be passionate about it. Don't just do it just because you think it's good. Have some passion in what you're going for. And like I always say, just do it. Don't sit down and say, okay, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. No, do it. Just do it now. What's the worst that could happen? Just do it. That's my biggest thing. Just do it. My mom always say, nothing beats a try but a failure. Just do it. If you're gonna fail if you don't try, just do it.
Exactly. I like that. I'm gonna write that down on my little post. I write little inspirational posts and stuff like that to myself.
Same.
And I keep it around my desk. And you know, it helps me, especially in those times where you feel like you're defeated. You can go and look at that post and post it like, okay, I got this. So I'm gonna write that. That's gonna be one of my little inspirational post-its right there.
Right. I do the same thing too. I have my little book. I have one all over my house. If I'm in the kitchen and I get a thought or like I have an epiphany moment, I just write it down real quick before I forget. One in my car, same thing.
I want to know more about young Anique and young Cincy. I want to hear some funny stories now because we got into the business. I want to hear some. Tell me one of your funniest moments because we got to hear at least a funny moment before we go.
Okay, so growing up, my other cousin is Rohanique. So I'm Anique and she's Rohanique. And then there was Cincy. Cincy and Ronique were thick as thieves. They still are. I looked up to them so much. And so one day, they would always come home. They went to different high schools, but they always met up with each other after school to come home together. And I was in, I want to say, it's middle school for you all, but it was primary school for us back then. And so from the bottom of the hill, you can see Cincy's house because she lived at the very top of the hill. And I asked them, I said, can I come with y'all? And of course they said no, like you said no. And they didn't just say no, they yelled at me, no, home in the Antiguan accent. So I'm like, okay. And I sat at the bottom of the hill and I watched them walk up the hill. And I yelled at them, I said, I'm gonna tell it, y'all, y'all gonna get a whooping. And told my grandma, and I snitched on both of them. I'll never forget this day. And they were mad at me too, but it's whatever. That's what little cousins do.
They do. They do. Let me tell you, I have one cousin, my cousin Janae. She's no longer younger because she's like 32 now. But every time we have a phone conversation, it's like she's traumatized for life. She bring up all the time, like how me and my cousin Tiffany used to leave out. Yeah, y'all used to leave me out of everything.
Right.
And y'all never wanted me to be involved. It's like, girl, because you was annoying.
That's
Little.
How Cincy and them look at me. And now, and they literally came, I want to say, they came in July to spend, I think 2 weeks with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, looking at them, and I was like, look at y'all want to hang out with me now. But when
she couldn't hang. She couldn't hang.
Yeah.
Y'all wore her out.
She came over, and as soon as she walked through the door, I handed her a shot. I love to take a shot. And she was like, it's 9:00 in the morning. I said, and?
See, the thing is, so I can drink. And that's why she said, oh, you'll have fun with Anique. So I can drink. The only thing I can't do, I suck at shots. If I try to throw back a shot, it comes back up and like regurgitates. Like my body's like, hell no, sis.
Patron is my stuff. I love me some.
Oh, not that Patron.
Yes, ma'am. I took her to. So we went to a strip club, and we bought some hookah and whatnot. And I'm saying it was her birthday weekend too. And I was like, I have to get this girl drunk. This girl acting like she's taking the shots the whole time she's sipping. I'm thinking she's taking the. It, and she's side eyeing me to see if I'm noticing. I'm like, yeah.
That be me. Let me tell you, on my birthday, my friends and I were in Palm Springs, and they kept just wanting shots, and I'm like, I'm not mature. I can't do it. So I would like empty it, like when no one was looking, or someone like put half, and I would like take half. I only could do like half a shot.
That's what she did too, and then she made up an excuse and say, "Oh, it tastes like water, so here you can have it." And when I took it, it was straight Patron. It was no water in there. I don't know what she thought. And then when the party was just starting, she's like, "Oh, I'm ready to go."
Now I just want to know, why are you not drinking Casamigos? I'm confused. Like, why?
I have yet to taste it.
Let me tell you, the Casamigos Blanco, that is. I mean, that's the only really tequila I drink. I mean, I drink other tequilas, depending on where you are, because some bars and restaurants have their specialty and they really want you to try it. They really trying to upsell you so you can spend extra money or whatever. But my at home is the Casamigos Blanco. Thank me later.
All right, I'll hold. Next time we talk, I'm gonna let you know how it was.
So I'm gonna put up tomorrow during Tequila Tuesdays. I'm gonna have it with me so y'all can see it. Let me tell you, change your life. Because I used to drink that Patron Silver too, and then you realize like the hangover is different. Trust me, you gonna thank me later.
Okay. Tomorrow at my lunchtime, I'm gonna go get me a bottle.
Yeah.
So I sip with you guys at Tequila Tuesday.
Well, I want to thank you so much, for joining me. I really appreciate it. So can you please tell the people where to find you and your wigs again? Well, not even just your wigs, guys, because she has bundles, she has hair and wigs.
I have everything, girl. I'm an all-arounder,
So a one-stop shop is what we call it.
Yes, of course. Creating generational wealth for my kids, trying something.
Okay. So please tell the people, where they can find all of your products and where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at @Ritchgirl__. That's RITCH girl __. And you will find a link in my bio.
Yeah. And that will bring you to the website where you can find all the things you need to keep your party hat together.
Yes.
Okay. Don't forget that tomorrow is Tequila Tuesdays on Instagram Live. Bring your tequila, preferably Casamigos. We just said that, not that Pat Ron. Okay. And come and join me and my friends for some hot topics, hot tea, and laughter. Don't forget to share Where Did I Put My Glasses with your family and friends. Click follow or subscribe on your preferred podcasting platforms to stay updated on the latest episodes. And give me 5 stars, guys. Don't be stingy. You know you want to. Also, the website is up and available. Go to wheredidiputmyglasses.com for information on me, the latest episodes, and to make suggestions for future shows. And also sign up to be on our email list. And to interact with me directly, go to Instagram or Facebook at Where Did I Put My Glasses for your thoughts, questions, or comments on today's episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.